Slim here in ACC on Bronze Hatch with a 20-minute race. But as we're about to get started, this is going to be a very eventful race. A lot has actually happened in this race. So as we come to turn one, his Lamborghini to my right just decides to do the craziest bomb, and I do give him a little tap. I thought he was going to like spin out, but thankfully he did not. As we come to this turn, the Lamborghini once again just, I don't know what he was trying to do, but this car to the left tried to rejoin, knocked me off. And at this point in my mind, I was like, do I want to restart? But nah, I just decided to keep going. And as you see here, there was a few folks off the road. There was a Ferrari, I think, and we have a GT4 car. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is also a mixed race, so we have a couple of GT4s in here along with the GT3s. So now at this point, I'm just trying to like catch up and reclaim my position, because we were in like the top 10. Now we're in P17, all the way in at the back, all because of one simple little thing. And up ahead we have a Ferrari. I think this person was new or just didn't feel like racing, but I just went past him like so, no contestant. And then we had a BMW having a conversation with the wall. I have no idea what he wasn't doing. But now we went from P17 to P14, so I could say that was a good little game right there, even though we didn't have to fight for like the spots. So as we are finishing up lap 1, we're gonna catch up to the GT4. Upon the first turn, I was not trying to be as aggressive. I didn't want to run him off the road, so I kind of braked soon, which I should have just kept going. But this turn right here, it always freaks me out. So yeah, that was lap 1. It was very eventful. We got wrecked off and had to pretty much put our head down and get down to business. And as you can see up ahead, we have two cars up ahead. We have a Porsche and a McLaren. So now we're going to skip ahead towards the end of lap 2. And this Ferrari is going to do something very weird that I've seen quite a few times, but it was just like, dude just started flying. I was like, what in the world? And he just like stuck. So I don't know if his connection was bad or not, but that was pretty interesting to say the least. So now we're going to start on lap 3, and we have a McLaren and P9 right in front of us. But now at this point, I'm just trying to like gain my spots back, catch up ground, try not to make too many mistakes so we can get back up into the top 10. Well, which it says that we are, but where I'm not, because P9 is right in front of me. So I think because that car was, when that Ferrari was doing this weird like floating thing, I think it may have caused some issues. But in the bottom left, it says we're in P10 and P9 is right in front of us. And as you can see here, I can tell that he was a lot slower than me, so I wasn't trying to like, when I encounter something like this, I try not to pass them like immediately, because like sometimes folks like to bomb rush you off the track. And I did not want to deal with that again, because I had that first start lap in my head still, so I was trying to play it safe. But so yeah, we're just gonna try to stay behind them and not do anything too like rash, because I don't want to have another incident like we had in the first lap, in the first start, when everybody was just going crazy. But now we're coming to the end of lap 3, and this is where we're gonna have a chance to pass the McLaren. I don't know why he slowed down right there, but I said, all right, cool. Now we move up into another position, which is nice. Back from like where we started. So now I'm gonna scale up ahead, because nothing pretty much happened on that lap. I'm just trying to like catch up to like the people in the front. But as we cross the line to end lap 4, we're going to just try to continue to gain ground and not make as many mistakes, which I did make quite a few mistakes towards the end, as y'all will see. But now we're going to skip ahead to the end of lap 5. because there's pretty much nothing going on. I'm just, you know, still trying to catch up and get to the main group. And up ahead we have, let's see, we have P7 and P8. We have a Lamborghini and a Porsche. I think that was the Lamborghini that crashed me off. And look at here, karma. But yes, I finally caught up to the person who ran me off the road. It may have been this Lamborghini or the other one. I'm not 100% sure, but he was the one who bomb rushed everybody in that first hairpin turn. So now I'm like being very, very cautious around him, and he obviously decides to outbrake himself, outdo himself, and go off the track. So that was an easy spot gain. So in front of us we have P7, a Porsche. I think it is the new 992 Porsche, which I've driven a little bit, and it's an amazing car. But they decided to go off track and like kind of cut some grass. So now we're just gonna be able to gain up and close that gap to 0.7 and counting down, because they keep making those little silly mistakes. But I can tell that I'm a lot faster than most of the folks that I were passing, and this Porsche is the same like everyone else. So I'm just trying to stay in the tow and do what I have to do to get past them. And as we come into the end of lap 6 and P8, and this turn right here always gets me every time, because I'm still trying to learn like most of the tracks and trying to find the car that I like the most. And the car I'm driving now is the Audi R8, which I've driven quite a few times. Not as much as like the McLaren 720S, which was my main car for like a while. But as the new DLC packs came out, I wanted to try like different cars to see how like they felt. I've tried the new Ferrari and Porsche that just came out, and the Ferrari is a pretty solid choice. But I probably was gonna main the Porsche for a little bit just to get a feel for it, because the original Porsche that they had in this game was pretty hard to drive. So yeah, now we're just trying to play it safe and gain ground on this Porsche right in front of me. I don't want to pass folks too like quick, because some folks, I've had it done to me. I've had it happen to me where people would just crash me off the road because I passed them, even though I passed them fair and square. Like I wasn't trying to bomb rush or anything like that. It was a clean cut. But as you see here, the Porsche went into the pits. It's a 20-minute race. There was no mandatory pits. So I don't know if his car was messed up or what, but I was able to gain that spot. So now we're going to skip ahead to the end of lap 8, and we have a GT4 car in front of me. So I'm going to try to make quick of him, as he made it easy for me because he went off the road to like cut some grass. So that lap was pretty much like the rest, trying to catch up to like the next pack, which the nearest position I think is P6 is quite a ways away. So at this point I'm just trying to maintain my position. So then we go ahead to the end of lap 8, and we have some back markers that I'm getting close to, that in my mind I was so focused on trying to crank out the best lap times, I forgot that I thought that the people in front of me were like P6 and like P5. Little did I know, if I would have just looked down, I would have saw that these folks were back markers. So I'm just trying to do what I have to do to at least get a top 5, even though that would pretty much be impossible at this point of the race, since my start was so trash. That's why on this game, the starts of the race are just always chaotic. Always. It's like, come on, man. Especially when that Lamborghini just decided to bomb rush everybody on that first turn. So now I'm getting close to this back marker and the Porsche, and he is very happy on the brakes, which allowed me to pass them very easily, which is what I like. Because at this point I'm just trying to get to that person who like crashed me. So I didn't want to crash him. I just wanted to prove a point. And then I do this. I was pushing way too hard and I paid the ultimate price. And that's what usually happens when you push too hard. Because that turn is very infamous for that, because you can't really see the turn to the last minute, so you have to have a lot of bravery when it comes to that turn. So now we're at the end of lap 10. I mean, yeah, the end of lap 10, start of lap 11. And after that little incident that we had, I was just done. I was like, come on, man. So now we're going to skip to closely to the end of lap 11, and we're going to come up on this Porsche again after I made that critical mistake. Critical mistake that could have pretty much ended my race. I'm glad that it did not, because we've gained a lot of positions. We started, well, it was P17, but some people probably have left the match, which I can see why, because that first lap, like I said, time and time again, was not so great. So at the start of not P12, start of lap 12, we're gonna just cut to like the end of this, because that lap was pretty much a damn hot lap. And now we're at the last lap, the final countdown, and we're in P6. So at this point, I'm like, man, we've gained a lot of the ground. We've made some very consistent laps. Like usually around this track, I'm at like a 126, 127 if I don't make no mistakes like I am here. Like, I'm just trying to push too hard. All I had to do was just take it easy and just drive the car. But at this point, I'm just trying to get the race done, because I'm already messing up left and right. So in my head, I'm like, okay, come on, chill. Do what you have to do. Stop making all these silly mistakes. Because I haven't drove the Audi R8 in like a while. But that's no excuse. I'm just pushing way too hard for my own good. Missing my braking points and doing things that I know I shouldn't be doing. And in front of me, well, P5 is 20 seconds ahead. And then I don't know what was going on. I was just not in the zone or something. I was just being a straight idiot when it came to this last lap. Because the only thing I had to do was follow the goddamn train. I'm playing. But then I do this again. It's like I was having a hard time on the last lap. After all that progress that I made, I decided to do the most craziest stuff. Crash into the wall, trying to cut some grass. But yeah, we end up finishing this race in P7. From P17 to P7. I'll take that. But y'all take care, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.